Welcome back to the Dawn Show. We are live and we're local. We can take your phone calls if you want to call in, if you have a question for Maj or Amanda D. And we've got her husband, Brett, who's in the house, who I guess is known as the Cole Hamels of the family. Is that, you get that a lot?
All the time.
So you guys have been married, you've been together 10 years.
Yeah.
And so, you know, what did you think when your wife stopped her marketing gig and went to full-time blogging and actually figured out how to make money on it, which we'll talk about later. But what did you think about it?
I think I embraced it. I was pretty supportive and still am. I think she aside from the money aspect of it, she seemed to enjoy doing it. It made her happy, so.
Good answer,
Yeah,
good husband.
I know.
Yay! So, I mean, what do you say about your husband and his support? Because some people might say, well, what are you doing on the computer all the time? Like,
Yeah,
you know?
it's really important to have support because, you know, a lot of people would view it kind of as silly or a hobby, which it's a little of all those things, but it was important for both of us for me to be able to be home with the kids. And whether I can fit in time to be blogging is kind of my own world. You know, if I can do it, great, and if I can't, you know, I need to take care of the kids. But he's supportive with whatever makes me happy.
So you were in a marketing background and you're in sales?
Yes.
In the area. So how did you figure out how to go from a full-time marketing gig as a professional woman to creating this blog that you would then, that would turn into something that did you envision that or?
Well, it was my hope and dream back in the day to be able to have something that could earn us a little bit of income because, to be honest, I was at a job that I did not love and I wanted to find a way out. And in my mind, I knew I wanted to have kids and be at home with them and I needed to find a way to make money doing that. And I wasn't going to be selling makeup on the side. I wanted to, you know, have a job where I could be at home the whole time. So that's what I did, and it took a lot of trial and error figuring this out. You know, I'm not technical at all, and I did a lot of research with other blogs, and I got a little lucky with, you know, some, hopefully a little bit of talent as well.
Well, I think that marketing background probably helped as well, that you knew something about marketing because I think that helps when, and we're going to talk about the money aspect and show some of the items that you have, and it's a lot of fun. But I want to talk a little bit about, you know, your marriage and that you're out there. I mean, you're putting yourselves out there and what that's like for you.
At times uncomfortable, and we sometimes communicate, or she'll communicate to me through the blog, and I'll hear things for the first time from a different perspective. But I think
like what?
Oh, I'll have to check my notes.
Honey,
yeah.
Really? That's what you thought? You were mad?
She's sarcastic. She's funny. I think that's why people are drawn to her. And I find it funny. I read the blog because I find it humorous, especially when I'm the subject of jokes too.
He lets me make him the butt of a lot of jokes. So for that, I'm grateful because in our interaction, it's a lot of eye rolling at me for being dramatic, over the top, shopping too much, you know, whatever it is. And, you know, his personality is kind of like, oh, there she goes again. So I kind of take that and we'll make that into a blog entry.
Character of myself, basically.
And I appreciate that.
Well, what has surprised you? I mean, because you read it, and in other words, now you're seeing your wife through her eyes. So it's a little bit of a filter, but it's also letting you get in her brain, right?
Sure.
So what has...
It's an interesting place to be.
In the brain of Maj. So, I mean, what has surprised you, Brett?
Sometimes, sometimes where she'll comment on things where I actually get credit for stuff, or like, I was right then. I didn't realize that I was right. I thought I was wrong.
She didn't tell me.
So sometimes that's surprising.
I can't tell him he's right.
But beyond that, I get a better sense of things that I'm doing that are good and things that I'm doing that maybe I shouldn't do as much.
Like what? I like that ha 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 ha.
I mean, she's appreciative of what I do to support her and how I am with our children. So it's kind of good to get a little pat on the back. And everyone likes an attaboy from time to time, whether it's public or private. So.
Yeah, he is a good dad. I will give him that for sure. Being a mom is not easy, and if you don't have a supportive husband, I give you all the credit in the world because it's twice as hard to do it on your own.
Yeah, absolutely. Did the blog in any way strengthen your marriage? I mean, does that strengthen not only the parenthood but the marriage?
Doesn't hurt it.
I would say
because it could.
Well,
sure,
yeah.
it could cause big arguments.
But I think being able to do something that makes me happy and having someone support me to do that, whatever it is, even if it's seemingly silly or not, you know, that in itself is good for your marriage, because you have to be supportive of each other no matter what you want to do.
Right.
No matter if it earns $0 or $1 million.
And we have some other pictures, I guess, from the blog. Can we show the other pictures that we have? And we have the number for you to call too, 866-472-8868. So if you want to call, let's go back to the tattoo pictures. If we could just show those have caused a little bit of controversy. So your son Gavin is almost 3 years old. I mean, would you let Gavin wear, you know, this one especially, that looks real from a distance. That looks like, oh my gosh, that kid is tattooed up.
Yeah.
He's got some serious tats. What do you think?
I love it.
You do?
I love it. Back in my day, I wanted a full sleeve of tattoos.
Okay.
But this
Little
is
Angelina Jolie thing
I was
going on
trying
there.
to kind of figure out who I am, find myself kind of thing. But we both, I mean, we're big music fans. I mean, if we could be a little cooler, we would. But this is kind of who we are. But I think it's great. I think it's great to let kids be who they want to be. There's no rules. I mean, it's silly. It's just a shirt. It's not like I'm taking them to get, you know, actual ink in his arm. I think it's great. What do you think?
He hates it.
I don't find anything offensive about it. I would want to limit myself with projecting myself onto my children, if that makes sense, but it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I think you have to have fun with it and not take things too seriously, that's for sure.
Yeah.
When we come right back, actually, Amanda is going to share how she made money at this, because it's a lot of fun to blog. Takes some time, and we want to thank Brett, the good husband, the good man behind Maj. But we're going to show you how Amanda made some bucks being a mom blogger when we come right back.